Level up your success with the ICABA World Network, where accomplished Black professionals and entrepreneurs have created a thriving global ecosystem built from valuable connections and impactful collaborations. Be a part of a trusted network that uplifts, inspires, and enhances your success. Join like-minded and leading Black professionals to foster meaningful relationships, unlock opportunities, and access the resources you need to thrive in your career, business, and life. Go to ICABAWorldNetwork.com and join today.
Again, I'd like to welcome everybody to the ICABA Biz Connect. And for those of you who may not be aware, for a number of years, starting in 2016, ICABA started producing our ICABA Business at Breakfast events. And we held them around South Florida, probably though about 60% of them were at the Tower Club in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And really great in-person events. And as you know, come 2020, a lot of in-person events clearly for a couple of years went by the wayside and were disrupted. One of the things that ICABA did during that time, though, was that we really spent a lot of time focusing on expanding our reach on a digital standpoint. And so we ended up repositioning and rebranding the ICABA Business at Breakfast to the ICABA Biz Connect. And so it is a virtual event that we're doing weekly, and we're starting it back up. And today is our first, if you will, in 2024. We started back up last year, and with so many different things going on, you know, we took a pause for a minute to get some other things off the ground. But we are back full in effect, and we're excited. We've got a lineup coming for the next several weeks that we're going to share with you before we close out today. But I want to go ahead and get us started, and I want to start out with a couple of things. I'm going to share my screen with you, and then I'm going to introduce our guest. So give me just a moment as I do that. So as you know, today we are focused in on bringing to you a couple of minority business champions, both in the public sector and in the private sector. And our lead featured speaker is Loreen Chant, and we're going to come back and talk about her a little bit more and find out what she's doing. But I wanted to introduce you to her. And many of you may not know about the Health Foundation of South Florida. And, you know, one of the things that I really have come to admire about Loreen Chant and her work at the Health Foundation of South Florida is they are working to address health equity issues in our community. They've taken a very holistic approach. And as a matter of fact, Loreen, because you're with family here today, I was talking to someone about, you know, the approach of the Health Foundation of South Florida, and you were given a compliment. I wouldn't have had to probably say that 2 years ago, but today I think I have to definitely say it to make sure we take it in full context. And the compliment was that you're woke. And because we know there are people in this country of ours, unfortunately, who try to turn woke upside down on its head and make it be something that it's not. But your vision, your leadership in addressing the fact that, you know, healthcare and health equity does not stop, you know, with the delivery of primary care or hospital care. It really deals with the entire society and the wellness of the community. And you can't address the wellness of the community without looking at the economic impact and living conditions for folks. And so what you've done in terms of supporting the development of the South Florida Anchor Alliance and the subsequent regional marketplace to create opportunities for minority businesses to do more business and have more access to contracts and so on and so forth is truly remarkable and truly notable. We also have Loreen Floyd with us today. Loreen is a minority supplier expert. She's a member of the board of the Florida Regional Minority Supplier Development Council, also having served as chair. And she's the manager of material operations and business development with Broward Health. And we also have Sam Madison with us. Sam is an entrepreneur, Madison Marketing Ventures, and I was really inspired to ask Sam to be here because he's an ICABA member as well as Loreen. So two of our three speakers are ICABA members, and so Loreen, you got to join. But no pressure, LaRea. But anyways, I'm just joking. But what I want to say about Sam is that I got a call about 2 months ago from one of our members, and she had met Sam, and she was so excited, and she was asking me for some advice as to how to engage and respond to an offer he made to help support our business. And so things went well, and they're now working together. And he has definitely taken her business and is taking it to the next level. And so it's that kind of connection and collaboration that really elevates, what we're doing. So these are the kind of people we're talking to today, and they are definitely champions. And so we're going to have a really good time and having a conversation with them and understanding how what they're doing provides, if you will, a pathway for you to connect with them to do business. But it also is a model and an example of when you connect and collaborate, you elevate. And so I want to now share with you also about our Founders Advisory Network. And our Founders Advisory Network, this was about the BizConnect. I've already told you about it, so I'm going to move past that. Our Founders Advisory Network, we created in January of 2024. And we follow the African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. And I can add a little bit of a addendum to that, because when you work with others, not only can you go far, but you can also get there faster. And so we are working to connect and collaborate. And I think I've already mentioned to you the example of Sam Madison and the work he's doing with Cynthia Alexander over at Center Notary and other folks. And there are many business owners and professionals who are working together in ICABA to make things happen. And so this is a platform that we've used. And so we'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But it is the world's first and leading online network committed to enhancing the ability of Black professionals and entrepreneurs to succeed, lead, and prosper as founders. And so we invite you to be a part of this. We have a trusted peer-to-peer network that's committed to enhancing your business growth, success, and wealth creation. And so we know that those things are really important. Our objectives are to help you to generate revenue share opportunities, activate business growth opportunities, and become a leading provider of those opportunities worldwide. We have our peer-to-peer group meetings, and we also have our ICABA Business Connect, which you're here, participating in right now. And so without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you, I'll bring, if you will, onto screen, our first speaker, who is going to be Loreen Chant. And Loreen, I am going to open the floor for you.
Thank you.
And for everybody. And we're really excited to have you here with us today. And it is all yours.
Thank you. Well, first, I want to start, Jerome, by thanking you. I mean, and your comment about being among friends is really appreciated. I absolutely, for all of you on the call, I know you all of you know Hutch and the incredible hand that he extends across the entire community to bring these opportunities together. And Hutch, when we talk all the time, I know we have this conversation, we get so inspired by each other. So our missions are absolutely fully aligned. And so thank you for the opportunity to bring LaRea and me here today to speak to all of the entrepreneurs who are here on the call. It's a really important effort that the foundation has been undertaking for the last several years. I'm excited to share a little bit with you about it. I made a few slides. I don't want that to kind of disrupt the flow, but I think it'll be helpful. Let me see if this is it. No, okay. I'm going to do it without, but I will put a slide up at the end when LaRea is talking. I'll pull something up. So apologies for that. Despite that it's there, I can't get it to all of you. But I want to start by sharing a little bit. And Hutch, you did such a great job. Why is the Health Foundation in this space at all, right? Because we recognize that the holistic approach to addressing the opportunities and the conditions that exist in the community, economic conditions, housing conditions, environment issues, that if the Health Foundation and others don't address what we all understand to be the root causes of the disparities in this community, then the Health Foundation will just continually spend money on healthcare and reactive efforts, which are very, very important, but never get to the root causes that are really driving the disparities that are so upsetting and unnecessary, unforgivable that the foundation has set in their sights. So we have 3 primary areas of focus. Won't spend a lot of time, but I'm going to end where we are today. We do focus on access to care, understanding that health insurance and primary care are the 2 really important gateways to addressing health disparities. If you don't have access to health insurance or health care, then you're hitting the health system late, your disease state is more advanced, and the opportunities for well-being and health are really diminished. And we understand clearly that particularly the Black community suffers in that space. The disparities for Black communities and community members are worse than those for Hispanics and certainly for whites. So the Health Foundation is very, very, very focused on that. Getting over to so understanding, you've probably all heard 80% of health is not about healthcare. You've probably heard the word social drivers of health or social needs, and how we as a foundation can address those issues or support efforts to address those issues has been a big point of focus for us of dollars that we've invested recently to get to root cause issues, addressing social needs. In that space, we have invested over $3 million in the last year on Black maternal health disparities. Won't spend a lot of time on that, but I know that we all understand that disparity alone, 3 times more likely to die if you're a Black woman from childbirth than a white woman, compelled the foundation to dig deep, look at the issues, and establish collaboratives across Miami-Dade, Monroe, and Broward County in an effort to reduce those disparities. So if you're at all interested in that space outside of ICABA, our website has lots of information on that. They're really compelling, powerful models of how we can work with the health systems, community-based organizations, Black-led organizations, and mothers to address that disparity. Now get all over to the other side, which is where Hutch started, the opportunity to address what's happening in our communities, how the foundation can do that, and what is needed so that we can have an inclusive economy that's inclusive of individuals and small businesses specifically. That was our target. And the Health Foundation's unique approach to that is we wanted to, and we are, harnessing the power of what are called anchor institutions in our community. This is a national model. We're further along than most, but it really is a model that recognizes that universities, health systems, school districts, counties, cities, the collective purchasing power of those organizations and the hiring power of those organizations, if we can, as a foundation, create a collective, a collaborative, where we're all coming together to identify solutions, remove barriers to access to opportunities, jobs, and procurement opportunities, and that we work together, that we can shift funds and opportunities to individuals and businesses that are right now feeling kind of left out. It's too complicated. I'm a small business. I don't have time to go to 20 different places to try to suss out where those opportunities are. And that's what we were hearing from the small businesses, that running a small business is so time consuming that the effort and the effort to try to go find all of those RFPs and all of those opportunities going across 10, 20 different platforms was a significant barrier. And then when we talked to the anchor members themselves, they shared, you know what? We're looking to increase our vendor pool. I can tell you the South Florida Anchor Alliance, which has 20 members. So again, we're talking about FIU, Miami-Dade College, Broward County Public Schools, Miami-Dade County Public Schools, University of Miami, UHealth, City of Miami, Florida Memorial University, and I'm sure others, but I think that gives you a sense. We're talking about all of the most powerful anchor organizations in our community, all came together to start the South Florida Anchor Alliance. As we thought about how do we realize our vision of creating opportunity and moving wealth into our local small minority-owned businesses, understanding the challenges I just talked about, we had a vision and we invited anchor members to join us in a pilot project, which is called the South Florida Anchor Alliance Regional Marketplace, which is what I'm talking to you about today. So we had 10 organizations come together, step forward to do the really hard work with us. This is a collective, and LaRea Floyd is with us, and she'll share with us in a few minutes how she's been working with us. But we created together what's called the regional marketplace. And was intended to solve for the two issues I should talk to you about. One is the complexities that small businesses face with hunting for opportunities across such a broad base of organizations in South Florida, and also addressing the opportunity to increase visibility of who those small local minority-owned businesses are in the community across the Anchor network. So we knew that it was a software solution that was needed, but I am sure that you all understand, because you probably, a lot of you have been in the space, the complexities of creating an environment across these 10 really complicated organizations so that we could share information was really intense. So we've been on this journey for 2 years. We're coming to the end of the 2-year pilot. We are seeing enough promising results that we are exploring ways to continue into the 3rd year. Everyone is committed. And essentially, let me tell you what has happened, what exists now. We have been able, with the work of these collective members, to create a platform which is called Avatar. Okay. And what that means is, early on, these 10 anchor institutions shared with each other their local, small, minority-owned business pools. And they were uploaded into one shared space. And so now what that means is, if you're a small business registered with the University of Miami, now LaRea at Broward Health is able to see you. You didn't have to go over and register with Broward Health, but you're over in UM, and now Broward Health can see all of the businesses, and so they've shared their vendor pool. So we have significantly increased the vendor pool across the 10 organizations. The other piece, and so now as all of those vendors were uploaded, and we'll talk a little bit about, some of you may be there already, some of you may want to be there, so I'll share with you how you can take advantage of what we've created. So we've now got about 1,400 vendors activated in this marketplace. It's very simple to do. And then the next step in the process was, all of these 10 institutions started uploading their RFPs. So, and this now goes into the same system. And the system will match the businesses with the opportunities that are aligned with their profile. So as an example, if you are an interior painting company for University of Miami and you've activated your profile in Avatar, if Broward County Public Schools posts an RFP for interior classroom painting, that University of Miami business will get an email from Avatar saying, hey, here's an opportunity at Broward County Public Schools that's aligned with your profile. You should know about it, and you should explore that opportunity to bid. And so far, we have had 1,400 businesses activate. I've told you that. We've had 700 RFPs posted in this system, and the system has made 2,500 matches. So there have been 2,500 times that a vendor in this marketplace has been told, hey, listen, here's an opportunity for you that might make sense and that you should explore. And so that solves for the problem that we were hearing from small businesses, that there just was too much to keep track of, just too much to keep track of. And so we're really excited about what's happened in that space. And I'm going to share with you after I kind of minimize myself, and LaRea shares a little bit about what's going on at Broward Health. I'll put a QR code for you in the chat, because what we would like, the reason we're here, because the success of the marketplace is dependent on having as many interested, active small businesses as we can, because the Health Foundation's investment is to see, when we create this enabling environment, when we create the bridge and we remove some of the barriers, can we see an increase in awarding of contracts from these anchor members into the businesses that we want to see thriving, because small local business thriving trickles out to local thriving communities, which we all know, right? That's the fabric and the urgent opportunity that we're trying to test for and see, if we do this, do we see improved opportunities in the community? So I'll pause there for a second and share one other piece, because I know I'm getting tight on time, but another piece of this and what we heard as we started down this journey was, that's great. But a lot of times the anchor members have said the businesses who want to do and procure with our anchor institutions. Sometimes they're not ready. They have the product, but the infrastructure that's required, the complexity of doing business with these anchor members can sometimes also be cumbersome. So the Health Foundation made another investment in what's called a small business capacity building program. And you all will have an opportunity to participate in that as well. We have funded the capacity building for 400 businesses in who are participating in this project. And to date, I think that we're only about halfway there. So there's still an opportunity for another 200 businesses to participate in the capacity building program. The way that happens is the anchor members themselves sat down and talked about for a small business to do business successfully with us. And so they created a tool, which is an assessment, takes about 10 minutes for entrepreneurs to complete. And then it will tell you, the entrepreneur who completes the assessment, hey, this is where we think you are in terms of readiness to do business with us as anchor members. We look at finance, we look at marketing, we look at, let me see, I have the administration, finance, marketing, research and development, and project management. And based upon the assessment of the anchor members themselves, this is where you would fall as a business. And if there's a gap between where you are based on the assessment and readiness to do business with an anchor, the Health Foundation has funded technical assistance. And Broward College is doing the assessment. But then as the opportunities for technical assistance are identified, we have provided funding to the SBDC at Florida Atlantic University and Prospera down in Miami to reach out to the businesses and then provide free technical assistance to try to address whatever those gaps might be or opportunities to get more ready to do business. And you'll get free technical assistance to do that work. So that's the second piece of the puzzle. It's creating the environment, inspiring businesses to activate their profile, uploading those RFPs and matching them. And then at the end of the day, parallel track to that, do what we can with our anchor members in this marketplace to ensure that the businesses are ready to do business. And if they're not, to help them get ready. So Hutch, I don't know if you feel like that's a really good opportunity and a place for me to pause and take questions. I'm ready.
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and bring in LaRea because she's going to somewhat dovetail your conversation and speak to a couple of additional other things as relates to the regional marketplace. One of the things that I wanted to make sure, can the people who are here today, and I know you're providing some QR codes and you've got some flyers you're putting into the chat. So for those of you who are here, be sure and pay attention to the chat because Loreen is going to be adding some information available to you in the chat for you to download and have access to what they're doing. But can they go to the website now?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
That's the most, I'm not a sales, right? The call to action. So thank you so much. So it'll be on the flyers and there are QR codes, but I will share this. If you are a business right now who has a profile with one of those anchor members who are participating, then you're already in the system. Your email has already been uploaded. And when you were uploaded a year ago, we sent out emails to everyone who had been uploaded, but it required that you activate your profile. So I guess if you know that you're registered with one of the members who are participating in it, then when you get in and you go to the South Florida Anchor Alliance website, and again, I'm going to give you a code, put your email in and see if you're there. It'll tell you already have a code and you can just reset your password and you're in. And all you have to do is go and activate. There's also an opportunity, if you have not been a registered vendor with one of the participating anchor members, you can create a new profile. You can go in and you could create a profile, join the marketplace. And when you do that, you will be able to, right away, you can update, activate your profile, and you can start getting RFP matches right away. RFPs are uploaded every month. So as RFPs come up, if it matches your profile, you'll get it. All you have to do is activate your profile. Okay. Then I will again share in the chat, there's a link on the South Florida Anchor Alliance website. Once you do that, you have to be an Avatar in order to get that small business capacity building support. So your first step is to register your profile, activate your profile in Avatar. When you do that, there's a link. You can say, I'd like to take that small business readiness assessment. It's a 10-minute online, not complicated. just answer the questions, and then Broward College will reach out to you. And they'll go through your profile. You'll have a conversation, and that will open the doors to, hey, this is where the anchors think you are, and this is what we can do to help you. So I will put it in the chat, which I think will help.
Okay, so as you're putting that in the chat, guys, Lorraine, when you're finished with the chat, just give us a thumbs up. Lorraine, LaRea is kind of
No,
Very good.
I hear
go
you,
back and
dude.
forth here. So Lorraine, when you're finished, just give us a thumbs up so Lorraine can keep talking, but we'll know that
Yeah.
everything is in. And once we see that thumbs up from Lorraine, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We will have a few minutes to answer some questions from you as well. And LaRea, it is all yours.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. My ICABA family, because we have been involved with ICABA. So why are we a part of the marketplace? So when we were approached to become a part of the marketplace, it was a no-brainer. It lined it up directly with Broward Health's small business mission and vision to ensure that all of our local small businesses have accessibility and inclusion into Broward Health's procurement. And so our leadership jumped on it. It was, I think, 3 of us at the table initially, and it was our leadership team, not just LaRea, but our president and CEO. I guess something is coming up here. Our president and CEO was at the table, signing the pledge along with our operations and leadership team, was all involved from the procurement side and from the HR side. So we wanted to join forces, and not miss this opportunity to create history, because it's not something that has been done before. So we welcomed it, and we've been chucking along, ever since. Broward Health small business list has been uploaded to the platform. So if you're registered with Broward Health as a small business, your profile has been already sent over to the marketplace platform, and you can activate. We've seen many of our small businesses match up with various opportunities, as Lorraine mentioned, with other anchor institutions, RFPs, and vice versa, where we have put up our RFPs and RFQs and have had matches from our other anchor member cohorts that have been able to match up with our bids and opportunities. So again, it created a vast resource pool for Broward Health and for our local businesses. So, and I don't think Lorraine did such a great job, with going over the marketplace and how we all got started. I wanted just to share a little bit for those on the line that might not know too much about, Broward Health. Broward Health is your community health care safety net. We've been operating in this space for about 85 years, over 85 years now. We became a special taxing district in 1951. So we do have a governing board that's appointed by the governor of the state of Florida. So we are a quasi-governmental entity. So we have more than 50 healthcare facilities in the northern 2/3 of Broward County, 8,000 employee and physician relationships, 1,500 licensed beds that we can supply the healthcare needs of Broward County. Operating budget over $1 million, and our procurement budget is just under that's a billion. I think I said $1 million. I meant $1 billion. And our procurement budget is just under $500 million with a centralized procurement process. So we're adding to that marketplace spend, all of those billions of dollars. Broward Health is right in the midst of that, creating opportunities for our local small businesses. We do have our informal and formal bid process. Wanted to share one particular opportunity that's on the streets right now that you can access via our website, and I will put that in the chat. But it's a short time frame now if you haven't already, downloaded the bid, because it's actually due, the proposal is due August 5th, and this is for all of our general trade contractors. So we're moving into the job space, the job order contracting. So this is an opportunity for you to, for anyone in that space, in that contractor space, an opportunity to do business with Broward Health. You do not want to miss this opportunity, because the job program will be in place for normally 3 to 5 years is what our contracts are for. So you want to make sure that if you're in the construction space, that you respond to that RFP.
Okay, well, thank you, LaRea. That was fantastic. And I want to take a few minutes and see if we have any questions. And so I've opened up for the questions for people to include into the chat. Loreen has put her information in. She went off screen, so I didn't get the thumbs up, but I see the information here. So we're really good. You've got a couple of QR codes, you got a couple of links, so you're able to get to the information that you need. And I really appreciate we've got that information that we needed there. And I think we did. We just lose LaRea. LaRea, you still there?
I'm not sure. Hutch,
You're
I
still
see,
here.
and I do see, Hutch, a question about whether the business has to be located in Broward County to participate. I don't think so. LaRea, do you know? I don't, as long as they're a vendor in the system, I don't think they're required to be Broward based. Do you know the answer to that, LaRea?
Is that for doing business with any, or
With the regional
with Broward?
marketplace?
It depends on the anchor, and it depends on the opportunity, but for Broward Health, no, you do
Right.
not have to be.
So I think it opens a really important question. So thank you for that question.
But I'll just say this, but it depends on the opportunity, because the opportunity that I just spoke of with Jock, there's portions of that particular opportunity that's only for local small businesses. So, and I know that some of my counterparts have those same type of programs within their small business program. So our focus is definitely local. We're a quasi-governmental agency. We're tax-based here in Broward County, and we want to make sure that we grow our local economy also.
I would say, Laurel, as I'm taking a picture, because I want to get that answer to your question, but I would say from the Health Foundation's perspective, what's been really unique about this is we're not being prescriptive as the funder or the foundation. We've asked each of these 10 organizations to identify their target vendor pool. So there is not an absolute unified or uniform definition of which vendors got uploaded. Each institution chose their own criteria and share, but we were looking and are looking for local, small, minority-owned businesses. That was our target. So I will ask that question. I took a picture. I will let you know. I can't answer the question right now whether a Palm Beach County business would have been uploaded by any of the anchors. So
Well, one of the things I want to make everybody aware of here. So for all of our speakers, you've probably seen the poll that went up after Lorraine spoke, and there's a poll now up, as it relates since Lorraine finished speaking. And so I encourage folks to please respond. But one of the things we're doing is we're asked if they want to connect with any of the speakers. And for those who say yes, we're going to provide you contact information so they can follow up, with you. We'll also send you that information so you know who's interested in wanting to follow up with you. Okay, so this is one of the things about the ICABA Biz Connect. This is a very productive, if you will, substantive. We're not just here to throw some information out at you, hope you were impressed, but we really want to provide, if you will, a gateway, a pathway, a connection, if you will, to collaborate with the business community, the private public sector, in order to be able to grow your business. So I think the segue here is going to be really fantastic. I'm going to bring up Sam Madison. I'm looking here to see if there was said name on the second poll is incorrect. It didn't say LaRea. Okay.
I think I did upload the link to the bid opportunity and also our flyer for small business. And I'm not sure, I think my camera just flipped. So you can't, I don't know what happened there.
And then,
Okay.
and then Hutch, I had someone on my staff, Megan Gamwell, if you see her post, that's the flyer that gives you an overview of everything we talked about. So if you take just one thing from the chat to help kind of, move you forward, it would be the Megan Gamwell South Florida Anchor Alliance post that she made. The QR codes are in there. There's an explanation of all the things I talked about.
Okay. Well, thanks, family. So ICABA family member Abdul just noted to me that we didn't make a change on one of the last name, but it asked you if you want to connect with Marcia and Ryan Weldon, who's another ICABA member. But it should have said LaRea Floyd. So, we'll give each other a little grace this morning. So if you want to connect with LaRea's, ignore it says Marcia. It will get you LaRea and we'll get you LaRea's information. So next up, we're going to have Mr. Samuel Madison. Many of you may know Sam from his time with the Miami Dolphins and as both player and coach. And Sam is with us today because he is also now a very successful entrepreneur. And one of the things I'm really excited about that Sam brings to the table is that he has connected and collaborated to elevate his business, but also to elevate the business of others. So, one of the things I want to say to Loreen and to LaRea and to all the rest of you, the ICABA Founders Advisory Network does exactly what LaRea is talking about. It's about capacity building. We have a wide range we have literally over 17,000 Black professionals and entrepreneurs who are very accomplished in the ICABA network. So whether you're talking about marketing, finance, if you need to grow your brand, we got people like Grant McGaw I see sitting here. We have Cynthia Alexander who can help you with what you're doing in terms of getting qualified and going through the certification process. I mean, we can help you with just about anything that you're needing. But Sam is doing a lot of that, and I wanted to feature Sam today as our featured member. And so, Sam, can you take a moment and tell us a little bit about Madison Marketing Ventures?
Hi, yes, thank you, Hutch, and everybody that went before me for allowing me to get on this call with you guys. Being in professional sports for over 25 years and then coming into the entrepreneurial space has been a situation where I made some money and I lost some money. And I'm pretty sure all the faces on here can understand and feel my same sentiments. But I played 12 years in the National Football League, 9 with the Miami Dolphins, and 3 years with the New York Giants. I won a Super Bowl with the New York Giants back in 2008, 2009. Then I went into television after retiring and did television here with CBS and the local news here in South Florida for over 10 years, coached youth football, high school football, and then over the last 5 years, I've been coaching in the NFL, 2 years with the Dolphins, and 3 previous with the Kansas City Chiefs, where as a coach / NFL players, I can say on one hand, being able to win a Super Bowl as a player and a coach, I'm an anomaly. But throughout that time, and with all of you businesses, utilizing your platforms. Each and every last one of you guys on here has a really big platform, and Hutch has done a really good job. Like he said, I met him over 2 months ago. Invited him to one of our mixers actually last week, and just being able to introduce him to different things, and vice versa, him introducing me to things. That's what we need to do as business owner, and listen to Lorraine and LaRea on here, and them expressing and talking about the importance of us reaching out and utilizing the things that we have at our fingertips. It's just being able to utilize those things. So started a internet marketing company with my partner over 15 years ago, coming out of a non-compete where we were in the insurance space, and now getting to the internet marketing again, just learning the trials and the tribulations, right? And I always talk to businesses and companies, and they like, Sam, how can you help me? Or, I never throw away a business card, right? Over the 25 years that I was down here, I have a tote full of business cards. Numbers change and all of those different change, but I've had the same number since 1997, because that's just a wealth of knowledge in there, and being able to fall back on people that I've met in the past and understanding the things that I've done. You have to use your celebrity, and each one of us are a celebrity in our own way. And just having that strategy, that timeline, and with your businesses, especially, just want to talk about you guys doing stuff online, and having the maintenance, because having the proper person to be able to do those things. But the most important part is you understanding as well. So when we're doing different things for us internet marketing, we try to get everybody to understand exactly how the back end work, and we're working together to do these things and try to accomplish goals to, at the end of the day, produce more bottom line for you, but also to make it seamlessly and easy for you to continue on a day-to-day basis, be able to grow your business. Because as you see, and you're going to see over the next couple of years, one of my things was low-powered television stations across the country. I was part of one of the biggest low-powered television stations, and just watching how AT&T and Verizon and all of these big companies were fighting to get these, and we were the low-hanging fruit. So just finding little special niches and understanding what they are, but gathering information from people around you, but also not being able to give information, like giving information for us from the back end of doing different deals. We can give you the information. Now you have to go out there and apply it. But on a consistent basis, just understanding your business, being able to have that strategy, knowing your timelines, but being able to execute those little things on a consistent basis have been something that we've been able to see over the last couple of years. The setup of your business, being in the local areas and making sure that your Yelps and all of those different things, all of your addresses and your phone numbers and your emails are correct. It's just little things that we can continue to talk to people, and they was like, oh, I had no idea that helps drive traffic, to my website, and then increase my bottom line. So, when you guys are out there and you're working with, small businesses, and no matter what, big businesses are looking for you, because they have to do business with those smaller businesses to get all of those grants or whatever they are trying to do across. So tapping into this chat, making sure that everybody's registered and in those pipelines is very, very important. But getting up this morning and have an opportunity to be on these calls and get information, it could help not only you, it can help one of your clients as well. So make sure that you're out there, you're in the forefront, understanding exactly, you're getting what you need, but yet still giving people some things as well, because we're going to need to continue to help one another. And that is why I was really grateful for you, Hutch, giving me this opportunity to get onto this platform and be able to understand and see exactly being in those dark rooms where all we saw was numbers and football players, and then having an open mind to be able to learn something new and being able to give back. So thank you guys for having me. I'm looking forward to learning and, engaging with you guys. I'm pretty sure Hutch put all my information in there, and hopefully, being able to do something business with you guys, and hopefully working with your company as well. So thank you guys. And I really loved and enjoy watching and seeing the interaction on this call, and looking forward for many more.
Hey, Sam, let me ask you if you could just real briefly, because I know you work with people, and so some of the work that you do is private and confidential. So I won't get into names, but just talk about the kind of things that you do. So I know sometimes you work with companies. Can talk about real briefly just some of the type of things you do to support those companies to help them to grow.
All right, so yeah, so one of my and Hutch, you mentioned it, Cynthia Alexander. She is a member of ICABA, and I had opportunity. I was doing a business deal probably in the middle of February, right? So I was on a Zoom, and I was in Coral Gable. They were in a Zoom, and they were in Boca. And right, we started at 9 o'clock in the morning. Ended up not finishing until 9 p.m. The deal was done. Everybody was out there saying, "Hooray! Yeah, we finished this, that, and another," right? But they was like, "Hold on, one thing, guys, we didn't get this thing notarized." But if there's a notary on here that understand that we could have had that deal done, if we finished at 9 p.m., that deal could have been done at 9:15 if we'd have understood RON, which is remote online notarization. And I'm dealing with $100 million company, $100 million company, and y'all don't understand that you have RON. So 3 days after that, I go in, I was like, you know what? I'm going to register to become a notary. And I registered as a notary. I looked for somebody close to my area, and then I looked for a person that looked like me, that I could also be able to help, or them help me. And that's where I met Cynthia Alexander. I took a class 2 weeks after that. I took another class 2 weeks after that. By that time, I already received my notary license, but understanding and knowing who she was, and going into her office. And again, like I tell you, you have to be able to see past the fine print. And I saw a lot of things in her company, and I was like, Miss Cynthia, this is something that I do. This is the company that I work with, and now, Hutch, we're doing business. We're going to Minnesota where we have opportunities. We're doing stuff with the state of Florida, but we're helping her grow a company. So what it really entails is being able to see from the back end of algorithms and the marketplace of who you are comparing your company against, and how will we be able to use keywords to bring you to that first page of the website. And most of when you go to a website, you look down at the bottom, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Most of us, if we don't see, and on each page there are 10 companies. And
let me break in for just a second if I can, because I don't want to run out of time, and we're getting close to the end. I want to quickly, if I could, summarize a couple of things, and I want you to tell me if I'm right or wrong. But one of the things I know that you're doing for Cynthia is that you're helping her to scale her business. She's been if you will, what we may call, she's not a solopreneur, but she's a small entrepreneur. You saw the opportunity that she had a service that was really valuable to a lot more people than she was serving, and a lot of people didn't know her, and she had capabilities that were greater than some of the ones who were doing, are more popular. So you've gotten with her, and I know you just had a big event where y'all brought in the Fort Lauderdale, or I think Lauderdale Lakes, and they came in, and grand opening, and a TV show, and you're doing some direct marketing with internet and scaling. So I wanted people to know that you have some capabilities and capacities with your company and with your partners to kind of put your arms around people, help them to find capital, help them to find the resources they need to grow and scale their business. Is that fair for somebody to understand about how you can help them, Sam?
100%, Hutch. And
Okay.
you've seen it firsthand, and that is things that we do. We try to scale those things, and we just try to help them with their bottom line. But all the little small things as itself, keeping everything under one umbrella, one account, so you don't have to go over here and deal with this guy, that person, and you can do everything under one umbrella. So absolutely, 100%.
Well, that's great, man. Well, fantastic. Listen, we've got about 5 more minutes here, so I'm going to go get ready to wrap up. Again, guys, we're going to put up a poll for you to respond to Sam and his presentation. If you want to connect with him, add your information. I mean, you don't have to add your information, just add the fact that you do want to connect with him, and we will pass that on and get back with you with the ability to be able to do that. I really thank Sam. I want to thank Loreen, and I want to thank all of you who are here. And so we're going to wrap up with a couple of things that I want to share with you. Coming up on later in the, I think it's actually August 14th, we are going to bring a couple of people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stop getting ahead of myself here. And let me go back to, and I don't know why this is popping up on my screen. I'm sorry, guys. Let me try to get off of this. Let me stop sharing for now. Okay, let me try to get this up first again. Well, there it is. So I'm not sure why that didn't come right up when I went to share. So I want to go ahead and show you who's coming up for the next couple of weeks. And we've got some really good speakers coming up. And next week, we have a 7-time, or I'm sorry, not 7, but 9-time athletic and business Hall of Famer who is going to be speaking. And he's going to be with us in order to provide us with information as it relates to the things that are going on in the business community. And he also is going to give us some opportunities to learn from him. He's a coach, he's an author, he's a speaker, and his name is George Tinsley Sr., 9-time business and athletic Hall of Famer, owner and operator of over 60 franchise restaurants. And he has a new book coming out at the end of this month called Catch as Catch Can. This is a guy, you know, when you talk about pulling yourself up in your bootstraps, you know, you got to have bootstraps in order to pull yourself up. And he did not have bootstraps. I mean, he was basically left with his babysitter less than a year old, and he ended up sleeping in a one-room shack with that babysitter for the next 13 years of his life. She and he slept in the same bed. So if you can imagine, one-room shack, the two of them sleeping in one bed, you can kind of fill in the rest of the information in terms of what you think their socioeconomic conditions were. But, you know, he's now a millionaire business owner and has went into pro basketball for a while. Matter of fact, played for the Miami Floridians years ago, but now has been very successful in the area of business, and he's giving back. And he's going to be with us next week to share his story, but also more importantly, how to help you to overcome obstacles in order to move forward to achieve those things you're looking to do. On Wednesday, August 7th, we're bringing Eric Coffey. Eric is one of the most sought after thought leaders on government contracts. He's doing a great job in his own business in terms of securing government contracts, but a part of his business is teaching you how to secure government contracts. So he's a mastermind in that space. He also has a conference he does on an annual basis that brings in literally hundreds of participants who come to attend, and almost over 100, if you will, participants from federal and state and local governments that you have a chance to interact with, called GovCon. And so he'll be here on Wednesday, August the 7th. And then we also have coming Walter Bond. Walter Bond is a phenomenal ex-NBA player as well, best-selling author of several books, business expert in mindset and achievement. And so one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to send out to you after this meeting some information on Walter and his company. And there's a survey we're going to ask you to take that will give you an opportunity to learn more about how they can assist in their relationship with ICABA. Walter is an ICABA member. And so there's some training that we are putting together that we think that can help you. Again, as I was very impressed when I heard Loreen talking about capacity building, many times these minority business programs don't, if you will, help those folks who don't necessarily have all of what they need in order to be successful. So, and the last thing I want to tell you about is Black Professionals Month. We'll send you an email because I know right now we're at 9:30, and so we need to go ahead and wrap up. I want to ask for everyone, if you could please turn your camera on. My media strategist, Jackie Jimenez, is on here. And I'm sure if I hadn't said that, she would have probably raised her hand or sent me a chat message. So we like to be able to just do a screenshot so we can share with people, what's going on here. And so I see you're coming online. So I really thank you guys for doing that. It's definitely much appreciated. So the last poll that we sent to you was for topics and speakers, and I see 8 of you have responded, so it's about a third of the group. So if there's any topic that you'd like covered at a future ICABA Business Connect, or if there's a speaker that you would recommend, please on that poll add the name of that speaker and their company or organization and the topic or any other topic. So the speaker and topic don't have to line up. You may have a topic that you want and you may have a speaker that you want. Those are 2 separate things. And so Jackie, go ahead and take the picture, and we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap up. Is there anything that we missed? I want to introduce, I've already introduced Jackie, our community engagement manager, Sherry Farquhar. Sherry, take a second and just say hello and tell people what your role is here at ICABA.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
We sure can.
Okay, awesome. It's really great to see all of you. I'm happy to see you here. I hope to see you again next week and the following weeks. I'm here just to help you guys stay connected with each other and learn all the benefits that we have to offer here at ICABA. I've been reaching out to a few of you over the last few days. I hope you took my name and number. If you have any questions, you can also call or text me or email me, or any questions about ICABA or our upcoming events or connecting with other members. We really want you guys to get into the habit of using the website to connect to each other. You can reach Sam Madison. As a matter of fact, someone was asking about reaching out to him. You can find him in our community by reaching out. His information is there. He has a lovely profile. So you guys get your profiles up and running, sidebar, because this is how we like you guys to connect to each other and how we can promote you and your businesses. So I'm going to stop talking. So carry on. I'm supposed to be shorter than that, but I hope to see you guys again next week.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you, come in and share with, if you will. And so, guys, you have a great week, and we will see you soon. And looking forward to seeing you on next Wednesday. I also want to let you know that once a quarter, the ICABA Biz Connect is going to be in person. It'll be a hybrid event. We'll still do the virtual piece as well, but it is going to be an in-person event. And so we'll be making some announcements at the last meeting, at the next meeting, in terms of when that date is. It's going to be in September. And just wanted you to know. Angela James, you raised your hand. You got a question? Go ahead.
We did not get a poll for contact for Sam Madison.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me give it to you right now. Thank you, Angela. That's why we call each other family. So, when you got more than one person looking out, you make sure that everything gets done correctly. Here comes the poll now, if you will, for Sam. And please go ahead and fill it out. Thank you, Angela, for catching that for me.
And also, I'm going to need to take 2 pictures because of the number of people that are here.
Okay. All right. Well, let me clear the screen so that that you can do that, and change the view to gallery. All right. There we go. And I'll let you take this one. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is, yeah, in terms of what's left, this is one screen. So this will do it for you.
Well, I had a different thing in mind, but I'll change mine to gallery then. Okay.
All right.
And 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jackie. Also, we got Dr. Wilson Washington, another ICABA member here. I'm going to consider the meeting as being closed, but I'm going to just make a couple of announcements for anybody who wants to hear these. So we're officially kind of over. But Dr. Washington, you got a book, I think either just came out or coming out. You want to tell us about that real quick?
Yes, thank you so much, Jerome. I'm Dr. Wilson Washington. I just have a book that came out. You got to get it. It's amazing. It's what we need right now. It's called Black October, the trilogy of faith, hope, and unity. Black October, trilogy of faith, hope, and unity. The essence of the book is to promote oneness and unity. And I believe this is what you're doing here. So certainly it's available on Amazon.com, Amazon Kindle. There are 3 versions out there. There's the ebook out there. There's the softcover and there's the hardcover.
All right. Well, if you also need any help marketing your book, we got Teresa Chambers here, and another ICABA member, and that's exactly what she does. So she helps people to market and publish books. So remember what I told you guys, whatever you need, we've got somebody at ICABA that can help you do that. And Wilson, I definitely want you to sign up to be a speaker for Black Professionals Month in October. It sounds like, the topic of your book and Black Professionals Month will definitely dovetail. And while you guys are still here, I wanted to tell you, I got an email from, not email, a text from a guy named Travis Mack, who is one of our members. He had just donated to the Kamala Harris campaign on Sunday night. And I said, man, the energy that was already, going around the country as a result of her announcement was just, as you know, off the chain. And now we're 3 days into it, and you know how big it's been. So what I decided to do was to make a donation myself, but I sent a text message out to 100 people, right after that, just saying, hey guys, I got this from Travis, I'm signing up. And here's the deal. We have to be, and we have to activate the change that we want to see. You cannot sit on the sidelines and expect anything to change. Change comes by force of action. You have to be who you want to see, and you have to be about those things that you want to see change. So we have to be in the game. We have to be active, and we're doing it. I mean, the number now is over 3 million in terms of what the number of over 90,000 Black men and women who have come on to platforms like this. And so we're going to be talking about how we're going to integrate support for the campaign. We're very non-political at ICABA, so I want to say that up front. And our approach to this would not be on a political standpoint, it'll be on an empowerment standpoint. But we think that Black Professionals Month, which celebrates Black professional excellence, advances wealth creation, and elevates leadership presence worldwide, is very much, if you will, aligned with supporting the candidacy of a Black professional woman who will be making history as the first woman of color, the first Caribbean, Jamaican, Asian, Black, Howard grad. We just keep on going down the road. But, as you will, becoming a president of the United States. So we think that role is something that we should be involved in. So be on the lookout. You'll be seeing emails coming out from us where we're going to be putting together some opportunities for us to come and share, because even after you make the donation, we still need to get people out to vote. And I really encourage you to talk to anybody that's probably a millennial in your family or circle of contact, because I talk to my daughters a lot, and they're getting their information in a lot of different places than you're getting information. And my daughter just told me the other day that millennials are getting information from places like Blavity, which it started out really more as a travel, but they're very influential. Shade Room, but it concerns me with the lack of diversity that they're getting information from, and maybe some of the I guess you could say professional vetting that information is going through as they're picking it up. So you can't tell your kids not to listen to, not to do this. I just try to say, well, add this to the mix and make sure you're getting a well-rounded do. So anyway, we're out. Thank you for being here. Thank you again, Lorraine, Sam, and LaRea for participating. Thank you all for attending. And so we will see you next Wednesday. And I used to be a fan of Batman when I was a kid. So same bat place, same bat time. See you next week.
All right.
Thank you all.
Bye.
For having me.
Thank you.